welcome to another episode of Here Comes the Good Part. I got my main man Justin here with me.
What's up, everybody?
You probably saw we just brought in the butcher's block, and that's for like the countertops or whatever. So I'm talking to the guy about the butcher's block. They tell me how much it costs, and I was like, wait, how much it costs to deliver? I was like, why would I pay them? And my man has a courier business. He does delivery. So you want to tell him about your business real quick, y'all?
All right, so the name of my business is Justin Time Couriers. Kind of named after myself.
Perfect.
Yeah, just something that kind of fell in my lap. Looking for like part-time work, and then it just kind of ended up turning to be able to start my own company and everything like that. So I've been going strong about 2.5 years now. So it's a little challenging sometimes, dealing with people and different customers and stuff like that. But it's always a good thing to have, when people need stuff picked up and delivered. I don't do moving, I don't do hauling.
It's a difference.
But I will deliver something for you from here to there. I'll pick it up, I'll even help you get it in. Like I just helped my man Quintel here get it in, setting up this new juice bar. I'm proud of my guy right here. He came up since we were way young.
Yeah, we go way back, and we even had a business together for 6 years.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll talk about that.
Yeah, we won't talk about that.
But we did really well. It didn't end as well as it started, but we've been friends before business, and we was friends after that business, and now we both got different businesses, and we can do business together and still be friends, and that's what it's all about. So I put my money where my mouth is, and where my friends are, we just do the same thing. So whatever I need help with, I hit him, and vice versa. And this is actually one of the people that I check in with probably like 3 or 4 times a year. Like, we don't talk all the time, yeah. But what we do is always about life and business, and it's just good to catch up and talk about that because still sharp and still. You gotta be
always good to be able to have somebody to talk to you that you can bounce ideas off of, gain some knowledge and stuff that you haven't picked up on yourself. Because like I said, this is a business owner. Some people might look at it and say, okay, well, a couple years of business that's pretty good. But I'm still learning myself. We just had a conversation earlier today about some things that I need to learn and try to figure out how to do. My man told me he can share a book with me for me just to pick up the knowledge off of that. So it's always good to be able to have somebody else that kind of just is in the same type of genre that you're in, if you want to say it, so to speak, as far as being an entrepreneur.
Entrepreneurs gotta hang around entrepreneurs, man. And so he is a bit more advanced in entrepreneurship, and we talk about it every once in a while. We had a business together, but before that, when he was young, his granddad owned a dry cleaner in our neighborhood. So it was in his family. He actually got to see it. Like, from where we start at, we don't get to see it a lot. Like, we don't get to see, we don't really get to see a whole lot of money.
Right.
But we don't understand the ins and outs of business. So the gusto to get up and go was actually like in his blood. I just learned along the way through like trial and error, or me being a bit like, having enough courage to do stuff and fail and not really care about it. Like, he's kind of the same way, but he actually he had examples of it. So that reduced his fear coming up, I imagine. Because every time we talk, I think about it. Like, he knows, he just know how to get into it better.
Yeah, it was different. Like you said, like my grandfather, at a point in time, actually had his hands. It was 3 different dry cleaners that he had in the East Baltimore area. So it was, it was cool. Him and his partner, went their separate ways. And he just had the main one that was on Preston Street, and the other 2 went to the partner. But that's, fine. They were smaller. My grandfather had like the main one. But, that was something that you learn. Like, one thing I struggle with is partnership. One thing I struggle with is partnership. Like I said, we had a business together before. It didn't end well. Nothing personal against Quintel here, but it was just somebody somebody personal, somebody else different, just kind of ruined things for what we had that was going good. So throughout the midst, I've had a lot of different type of jobs, and then I also had a car wash and detail shop back in 2006.
He really was giving out game with that. We picked up on it late, but he was way ahead of the curve.
Yeah, so my cousin and I, we had that going on, and it was just always in me. Like I said, I've started working when I was real young, so most people we talk like, we're now late 30s now. So
right.
You know what I mean? Like, but I look at my life like, man, I've put, over 20 years into the game before I was working for somebody else, and it just got to a point where it was like, nothing wrong with that if that's what works for you.
Right.
To each their own. Everybody has to have their own formula. Everybody has to do their own thing. But I felt like I was doing it, you know, different jobs and stuff like that. And one time I was like, why not bet on myself? And that's just really what it is about me right now with this business. Because I can always go back and find a job. Right. You know what I mean? But it's maybe not always an opportunity for me to try to start my own business. So as I go and as I try to learn and I talk to, you know, my friends and stuff like that, I try to pick up new ideas, new things, new ways to be able to grow and expand what it is I'm trying to do. Like I said, right now I have a courier service. Well, one of my goals for 2020 is to find another way to invest in something or start something, create something that is more of a passive type of income, something that I don't have to be so hands-on. Like me with the delivery service, I have to be out here sometimes, you know, delivering stuff. I do have people that work for me, but you know, those days when they need a day off, they're sick, people don't want to come to work, you know, it's my business. Nobody want to go hard for your business like you're going to go hard for
Everybody want to be the boss till the time to pay them bills, right?
So,
you got to show up for that.
And there's a lot of bills in being an entrepreneur. There's a lot of bills. I don't want nobody to ever discredit that. Everybody look at entrepreneurs like, oh man, he doing this, he getting so much money. Like, yeah, bro, but I got a lot of money to go back out the door. Like, you know, sometimes 3 and 4 times the amount of bills that the average person has. And I still have bills at home too. So it's not always, you know, cut and dry. But it's definitely worth it because you're betting on yourself.
Right.
And there's no more feeling, you know, no more of a feeling that's greater in the world than being able to depend on yourself, man, every day. Like, because it's on you. If you fail, it's on you. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't even want to say fail because fail is the wrong word. If it doesn't work, because sometimes you will try things and they don't work. I mean, you know, we've all done different stuff throughout the years and they were good for the moments while they lasted. And then you revamp yourself and do different things and figure out different stuff as you go along.
Well, what's your Instagram? I'm gonna link it under this video, but what's your Instagram name?
My Instagram name for my courier service is Just In Time Couriers.
It's an underscore in there somewhere?
It is, I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah.
It's just JUST_INTIMECOURIERS. Just In Time Couriers is the Instagram page.
So I had to do this episode with my man. Like, yo, hold up, don't leave yet. We gotta chop it up. I had to ask you what's going, but we about to chop it up and talk about life and business stuff. Like I said, we check in a couple times a year. So catch y'all on the next episode.